Hello everybody! Welcome to my new series of mine, which is called Behind the Model. So in this series what I'll do is I'll take a conversion or a model which I have from a mere Dean-Stealer cultist to a converted Chaos Lord or Sorcerer in this case. I'm just taking it and I'm going to talk about, for example, conversions. I'm going to talk about the conversion process and the painting process. And from all the models I'm going to talk about painting process. So this will always be two parts for one model. The first part will be showing you maybe examples or ideas which I have and the steps which I take into making this model. So this here, what you see right now, you could say it's a badly converted model. I would argue it's decent because I never have converted a model in my life. This is the second time I've used green stuff to make some kind of lag cloakish thing. And to be honest, I think it's turned out pretty well, because what I didn't want to have a complete cloak, and I also did not want to have, like, you know, a ragged cloak. So this is kind of like in between, it's kind of nice. The lore behind it is, this is what I'm, because I like making up lore. From days I'm getting bored, I think, you know what, why not just write a lore document about by Chaos Army. Okay, YOLO, I write a lore document. That's kind of for me, like, if I'm getting real bored, I just think of lore and fantasize a bit about my Chaos Army. Yes, I know it's nerdish to do, but I love it, so you know, can't argue about that, and it's definitely worth my time. Because it's like, I can do that for hours. So this is like a wraithlord. In my Chaos Army I want to have wraiths as kind of like, not necessarily a HQ which I'm going to use as a warlord, but more as just a supporter HQ. In the lore itself, wraiths are like spirits who got lost in the warp, summoned as mindless ghosts, as it were. They could be demons, they could be souls of trapped space marines, nobody knows. They're just summoned as warp specters, which they gonna help the army. I thought of wraiths when I thought of the new edition, and that you need to have, like, for example, a couple of HQs, like 3 HQs. And I did not necessarily want to have all 3 be a cool Chaos Lord, because then it's like, you know, probably 2 of them cool Chaos Lord, but then it's like, which one is the Warlord? Because I have right now like 3 Lords, and I tend to forget things. So I thought, why not make wraiths? From leftover parts I gather, I tried to make something out of them, like this model for example. I tried to make something out of leftover parts and create a nice little helping HQ choice. They will never be as fully big or cool as like a full Chaos Lord, but they'll definitely be just nice little supporting HQs. That's all thought behind wraiths. This is then a wraithlord, which is a spectre, which is a Chaos Sorcerer Lord, which has transformed himself into just Spectre of the Warp, but still maintained his ability to think freely. So what he'll do is he'll kind of have the supporting role as a wizard which summons, or more summoner, or a buffer. That's kind of the idea which I want to do with this army. So I have like a squad of Terminators, and this guy, imagine he has some kind of, I don't know, some kind of spell like Iron Skin, which gives you a 5+ invulnerable save. Then I could just say, I'll go with my Terminators to tank. I roll that spell, it's successfully cast, for example. I go up to the tank and kill it. What's nice about that is the tank has a high weapon skill or high damage output instead of my invulnerable save. So that may save one guy in the end. Not one guy or 5, but like 3 of them will die, like 1 could be saved, and that might be the guy, like for example my heavy weapons guy with like a heavy plasma gun, whereby I am nearly at the tank, I just roll that plasma gun, nearly destroy it, and then just go in charging with my force and power and all that cool shit. Or like a heavy bolter, which in 8th edition is quite nice. So I assembled this guy from this torso and the front from the Space Marine Assault kit. Then I used a Lightning Claw from the Warp Talons kit, which was left over. I used the regular bolt pistol, cut it off the arm part. So that's from just Chaos Warriors, cut it off the arm part and glued a plasma pistol on. The shoulder pad got from Betrayal at Kelf. The other hand does have a shoulder pad. I don't think it's really all that noticeable. And behind the two sides thingies, behind the star, is from the Raptor's kit, which is actually Warp Talon parts. And then the star is from the Age of Sigmar Chaos Knights kit. The staff and the head is from the Chaos Terminator Lord kit, and the cloak is just green stuffed. The staff, what I did was I cut half of it off the hand, and then also I switched out the little metal rod in the middle to go upstairs. Why? To go up above the fist. Why is that? Is because I found that if I did not do that, the staff would look just weird and stuff. Then I just glued it on a power fist. Why did I not convert the own hand of Warp Spectral Energy? It's because that was I tried it and it failed. So yeah, I used it eventually to create a little tentacle out of the cloak. I must say, for somebody who's beginning to convert stuff, it's a cool little conversion. It's nothing like Den of Imagination worthy, as it were. It's just this thing like, you know, you have leftover parts, just throw them all together and make something. And to be honest, it's worked out pretty well. If I would grade this out of 10, it would definitely be like maybe a 7 or a 6 minus. So it's 5, no, a 6 plus or 7 minus, kind of between that, so a 6.5 as it were. It's not like expertly converted, but it's also a bit higher than basic, to be honest. You might argue, look, that staff is crooked and stuff like that, and I can see like a fingerprint on the cloak, like, dude, this is badly converted. Yes, it is, but it's just a fun little model which I've created, so you know. So that's basically behind the conversion. But once I've painted it, I will give you like little tips and tricks which I use to paint it, because I have a lot of cool ideas to painting it and stuff like that. So if you liked it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do what you do today, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Goodbye.